Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Glassman's World and Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. I hope today was really good for you. I hope you guys have all had a very wonderful, blessed day for you and your family. Hope you were able to spend time with your loved ones, with friends, with family, with those who you find are important in your life. So today we had a really good time. We got to open up presents with the kids, and they had a really awesome day. They were extremely blessed with all kinds of wonderful gifts, and they've been pretty much enjoying their gifts all day and all night. So I'm having myself a little bit of some hot cocoa here. Look at that, candy cane's already gotten skinny there. So, and then here is a little wood burned snowman that I made this year. I don't know if you guys saw that. Wood burned by glass, hot glass. Check out that detail work. Pretty cool, huh? So we're gonna make just a few things. I figure we might as well get on here live, do a last little Christmas uh, a live stream. I'm tired, guys. It's been a long day. I was actually up all night. You know how we do it. That crazy annual ritual of meticulously gift wrapping all these beautiful gifts, right? And making them look lovely and beautiful and perfect folds and creases and bows and accents and ribbons and tags to who it's from, or to who it's for and who it's from. And then as soon as you give the gifts, then everything just gets all torn and ripped to shreds and all goes to the trash. And it's just an interesting ritual that we have every year. I find it interesting, at least. Let's have some hot cocoa. This is homemade hot cocoa, guys. This here is actually a Ghirardelli hot cocoa. We got the Dutch pressed, the Ghirardelli Dutch pressed hot cocoa, the powder, and that's like a $10 per. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was even a pound. Might have only been like 8 ounces, 10 ounces. I don't know, but you can make several batches of hot cocoa with it. You use 1/3 to 1/2 cups of cocoa or pure cacao powder. And then you use, depending on how chocolatey you want it and how sweet you want it, then you will make it your own way. So between 1/3 and 1/2 cacao, and then 1/2 to 3/4 cup of sugar. And some recipes call for regular sugar and some recipes call for powdered sugar. I have been using a little bit extra and going with the regular sugar, then adding a little bit of powdered sugar on top of that. There are some recipes that will then have you complete right there. You're complete with a non-dairy version. You can also add milk to it, and if you want to have a vegan cocoa, then you would use something like what do they have? The coconut powder. So it's a dried coconut milk, and I don't know where you find that at. I haven't found that before. And then for the regular dairy cocoa, you would just get powdered milk, and you put the powdered milk through a sieve. Make sure it's finely sifted, and that way it breaks down in the hot water, or if you're making it with milk. But this way, when you're adding the powdered milk, you don't have to add any milk to it. And when you're doing a non-dairy, then you can just do the add the cocoa, add the sugar, and then you're done with it, and that's it. You just mix those two up. You can add cinnamon if you'd like. You could add red chili powder, cayenne pepper, which is really good and what we like here in New Mexico. You could try to make a bizcochito flavor. You can add the peppermint or go with the mint. Look at that candy cane's almost gone there. So we're gonna make. I figure it's Christmas. It's almost the end of Christmas. We only have about an hour or two until it is officially end of Christmas and past midnight. So I figure we might as well just make a couple items. I wanted to attempt to make some snowflakes that were a little bit larger than the ones I had made previously. So this is one. I put the other one up in our tree already. This one I was going to give to one of my clients, and I just never made it over there today. It's been such a long day with opening up gifts and then dropping off my daughter with her mom so she could open up gifts over there. And then I got home and I needed a nap. I was up all night. I don't know about you guys, but doing that whole, the night before ritual. Some people say, "Oh, I start shopping in August and I'm done, and I gift wrap everything as I go." And I'm like, "Well, okay. I don't have anywhere to really like stash things like that." So we get our things like a week or two of. We try to grab what we can for Christmas and try to, there might be a couple things we might buy like maybe a few months in advance or something like that. But really, we're just like, we're going month by month, paycheck by paycheck, and just trying to make ends meet. And Christmas hits, and we just barely got through Thanksgiving, and so we got to do what we can to make those gifts happen. And so, yeah, we don't have that the luxury of packing or buying things and then wrapping things up, a few months in advance. That's a little, I that's a little organized for me. But with that being said, um, let me get our glasses on here. Always got to put the didymiums on. Make sure. That way, protect our eyes. We probably want to move this somewhere. Let's just move this off to the side over here. Take one more sip. It's a little bit dangerous to know how to make homemade cocoa. It's really dangerous because you can just be like, oh, well, I'll just get a little bit more cacao powder. Because usually when you buy sugar, we don't really go through that much sugar. We actually use a lot more honey than sugar in our home. And I recently bought a big bag of sugar thinking we were going to be going through quite a bit more. And with the baking for Thanksgiving and then, Christmas. And we didn't use up all the sugar. So I'm still trying to get rid of what's left in the bags because I already jarred up a lot of the sugar already. And I'm just getting rid of what's left in the bags. So with that being said, let's get started here. I need to grab. Oh. All right. So I'm gonna just cut this in half. This is a 4 foot or 5 foot. I think it's, what is it? I believe it's 5 millimeter. I think it's 5 mil rod here. So we're just going to cut this in half. And I'm just thinking, we're going to just go a lot bigger with these. So I'm just going to round up the tip on this one here. And I don't know how much I want to round this up. I got all kinds of stuff over here in the way, so I keep on bumping things. Alright, let's see how this new torch works here. And also, let me get the video up. That way I can see if, just in case anyone starts to message and comment here. We'll be able to see if anyone is here live with us. So Merry Christmas to everyone. How are y'all doing? How was your Christmas? Did you guys get anything that you were hoping for Christmas? You know, I'm just very thankful. I'm very grateful to just have my family all together for Christmas. You know, things have been rough, and it's been a real interesting time in our lives, and stuff has just been, you know, not always so easy. Here, let me back this up some. Sorry, I'm gonna move you guys just a little bit and get the torch in there a little bit better. Sorry about all the movement there. Alright, let me try to get that a little bit better in frame. Then you can see what's going on. That's gonna be in my way. Here, let me move this sweater here. It's hanging off the microphone stand that's holding up the camera. So you probably got moved there. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we've got started here with just rounding out the tip of this 5 millimeter rod. I believe it's 5 mil. So we're simply just going to make the same sort of design here as that other one, but just a little bit larger, that's all. All right, so then we kind of like create that pitchfork looking design. Now, like I said, we're gonna go a lot bigger here. All right, I'm gonna try to round up the tip here. This is gonna be interesting with everything in the way here. Got to work around the camera, work around the camera stand, work around all the stuff that's by the side. This is fun. What's going on, Justice Jane 24? Greetings and Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. I'm working on a snowflake right now. I'm just rounding up the tip on one of these here. You know, it would probably be easier to make each one of these tips and then attach it. Like it. If you wanted to make life easier, that would be one way of doing it. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad 2025. Blessings to everyone. I'm making a snowflake right now. So I have one that I made the other day, and it's smaller than what I was hoping. So I'm just making a larger one right now. That's all. And it would probably be easier to make each piece that sticks out and then just attach it. Instead of trying to sculpt it like I am, I'm trying to make each little piece on here and fit it on. But I'm just gonna make it happen. So I've been doing glass for 30 years now. Gosh, next year will be 31 coming up. Although I started around summertime, so usually I count summertime as my anniversary. 30 years, guys. I got so many cords and cables all just hanging out over here. Keeps hitting all the end of my glass rod here. I got 2 feet of glass on the end of this one here. All right, try to round this out. Yeah, I got more space on my right hand. And evening these up, getting these to be perfectly the same length, that's going to be kind of hard to eyeball here with trying to round them out like I am here. All right, check that out. That looks pretty good so far. Just got to add a little bit more detail on the other side there. So today I opened up this really awesome package that I received in the mail recently, which it wasn't from anyone here for Christmas, but I put it under the tree so I could open it up on Christmas. And I've been promoting and sharing all day what I got. This really awesome solar lantern that's a hot air balloon lantern. Really, really awesome. And I wasn't expecting them to send me 2 of them. They were letting me know that they were going to send me one in the mail so I could check it out. And that way, if I wanted to start ordering them and get them at wholesale, that I could. and they ended up sending me two of them, and one of them was a really, really awesome Christmas style. Uh-oh. Everything's falling. Okay. Only three more prongs to go. Prongs? Is that what you'd call these things? The little ends? Oh gosh. I accidentally pulled it away from itself. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Complete opposite side to round it up. So yeah, they sent me two, and one of the balloon, they're called balloon turns. It's a balloon lantern, a balloon turn, solar lanterns. It's got a solar cell on top that takes in the sun during the day. I don't know how long it takes to charge it up fully, but mine came fully charged. I covered up the solar panel, and to basically, when you cover it, it means that there's no light hitting it. So you're basically mimicking nighttime when you do that. And when I did so, it turned on right away. I'm like, oh, that's already charged a little bit. So I hung it up in our kitchen because we're living in an apartment here, and we don't have anywhere safely to put in the front. If I hung it out there, it would probably get stolen. It's too nice to be out there. So I hung it up on our pots and pan rack where all of our cast iron pots are and stuff. And I hung it up about 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, and it is still going 12 hours later. I am surprised. I'm amazed how long lasting. The LEDs, I guess, they don't use so much energy and light. Look at that. That angle, it's perfectly parallel with that. If you get them to line up right, then the angle should line up, right? That's cool. Oh, no. That is not what I was meaning, but that's okay. Alright, that piece is a little long. Sorry, what I just lost track of my thoughts, but I was talking about the balloon turn. So basically, they sent me these two, and I think they were just examples or samples of what their product looks like, so I could start to promote them and then start to purchase them at wholesale, and that way I can have them available with my glass balloons. I wasn't expecting two though, and the one that they sent me is a Christmas model, which is really awesome. I didn't even know that they had a Christmas model. But I thought that was really cool that they sent me those. So I've been promoting these balloon turns all day and posted up several videos of them. So check them out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're interested in them. I believe that they retail them from either 39 or 49.99. That's US dollar, all the way up to like I think 79.99 on most models. But then I believe they have some that are even up to like 129.99. Don't quote me on that though. I need to really dive a little bit deeper into these and see uh, what they're really offering with them, the different variations, the most popular ones, the ones that they sell out on. Can they do any custom designs? These are done in glass. I don't know if they're hand painted glass. Looks like they're hand painted. So they could probably um, do some custom ones. Do they offer just clear glass that then we can paint our own? That would be kind of cool. So you're going to see a lot more of this balloon turn that I'll be talking about. So I got to cut this long enough to where when I round this down, it'll gather it up, and then the rod will get shortened. And so I have to try to like envision, okay, well, how much of that do I really need? And I need to go in to the center here. Make sure that everything is good. Now I wish that I had a hand torch so then I could just put this on the table and then just blast the center there without having to move it and not messing with the gravity. Because doing all this and spinning it around and everything, that's what really throws it off and makes it hard to make these. They're not as easy as they look like they should be. And there's probably a way, like I said, where I can make each one of these, I don't know what you'd call them, these prongs on the snowflake. You make each one individually and then just let them cool down. We can try that. Just make them all the same length and then stick them all together. You see how it shortened up? It was really long, but now it shortened up there. Let me add the little detail work here. And then we'll do the other side. So, how was your day? How was your Christmas? Did you have a good Christmas today? Sorry, I'm so into not messing this up. I don't mean to not have any conversation with you, but feel free to ask me anything you'd like. Been doing glass for 30 years now, started in 1995. And making Christmas ornaments is not the easiest thing to do. Alright, let's see if I can work the center here again a little bit. Once you see it moving, then you just gotta make sure you move everything where it needs to go. Straighten things out. I'm gonna try and straighten out this whole thing here. And now I need to get this on a puntee. So a puntee is just like an extra piece of glass that I can use to grab a hold of this. And I can work the other side here. Here, before we do that, let's just make sure this side is also... Did you see that? I just melted that plastic. Interesting. I always thought that was glass. Alright, and just make sure we straighten everything up as best we can. Now we'll grab that puntee here, which I stuck into that plastic. I always thought that was glass. I could just toss that if that's not plastic. Or if that's not glass, I don't need it around. So I'll just attach it here. And I see it's bent a little bit, so I'm going to straighten this. Uh-oh. Let's not lose that here. We're just going to make sure we straighten everything out here before we proceed. This back end one right here is a little bit wonky. So here, with it being on straight on axis like the way it is, this is going to make it a lot easier to just round it up. I'm not having to worry about any weird angles. This is just a nice straight gather. Alright, then we got to do those little bit of accents there on the inside. And we can call it a day on this one. Although, I do see like there's some spots where I'm like, I could heat it up a little bit better. Alright, we'll add those accents now. You see how long this one is here compared to the rest? I don't know if I should redo that one. It's like what I could do would be to cut it off. So this is kind of like what I was saying you'd want to do anyways, is just have these little prongs like this. And have those built up at first. And you get yourself 6 of those, or 5 of them, or What you want to actually do is build this your rod and then have four of them attached. So you do the two attachments and then build the one on the bottom. So I'll just remove all that excess right here. Alright, and then we just go back in here and we'll attach it. And then what I'm thinking is like just having those and attaching four of those onto a rod would be a lot easier than what I've been working at and doing here, of building each one. And then try not to let the whole thing move around on me. And resetting, reshaping. But that's working. And that's a lot shorter now. That's a lot better size. Alright, let's get these details up in here. Oops. I accidentally touched that. See that side accent right there, and almost had some issues. You see this one is parallel with these bars right here. I don't know if you can see that. This one here parallel. This one should be parallel with this one, like this one here. This one here. See? So that one needs to be straightened out a little bit. So the other day I went around and gifted out some jewelry to one of my local favorite dispensaries and to my favorite dispensers. And they loved it. They were just so happy to see me and to see me come in with gifts. And then Christmas Eve, I had to help a friend out with some dog sitting just for a minute. Just basically get the dogs outside. First time ever doing that with the dogs. I did not know how they were going to react and behave with me. So that was a little bit like, you know, a test. And first time being there without the owners. And that was cool because they were pretty receptive of, they were just cool. I think they just got used to me being there doing yard work and stuff, so that's really awesome. So now they can call upon me if they ever need me to watch the dogs for them. they need to go out of town or anything like that. Alright, I think pretty happy with that there. If anything, this one just needs to be straightened out some. It's got a little bit of a bend to it. What do you think? I think that looks better with it being bigger like that. And it's not too much bigger, but you can see, I mean, those arms definitely don't match up. I think that one, I'm going to go in and try to heat this here. Get a little bit better of a seal. That one that I took off and then put back on, I just felt like it wasn't. Oh, uh-oh. Did I lose it? Uh-oh. Did I lose it for good? About to lose the whole thing now. Alright, let's try to keep this nice and straight here. Alright, let me see if I can fix that prong. That's really messed up now. Let's see what I can do here. I was watching one piece of the glass start to bend and not realizing that I was losing that whole entire piece there. Like, oops. Okay, we lost the puntee there. But we can always reattach a puntee. That's no biggie. This one just got way too short. Bent on itself. I don't know if I can elongate it now. Dang it, I might have messed up the whole thing. We were so close to being done. And I had to just try to tweak it a little bit more, didn't I? Alright, let's let it set for a second. Try to get that heat just on that one spot. Trying. It's slowly getting it shaping back. Every time I pull it, it keeps on pulling the whole thing. Alright, that's about as good as I'm gonna get it. Okay, I think we got all the prongs on there. All we're missing is a loop for it to hang from. It looks fairly straight. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit crooked. uh, okay, that's better. All right, let's put a little loop on top here. So what I'm going to do is attempt to heat up the orb here on the end. We're going to pull it and shape it into the loop. So then I'll just have to make this loop a little bit fatter and rounder here on top. Alright, let me grab my reamer here. Why is it? Alright, there we go. So I just wanted to make something for Christmas, guys. Being that it's the last few moments of Christmas, I just wanted to say Merry Christmas to you all. Show you a little quick, or not quick, but a little demo on how I make these Christmas ornaments. These snowflakes here. And maybe I'll attempt to do one more real quick to just see, can I do one a lot faster with that other way. How long have we been on here? For an hour already? Dang, it's already been 60 minutes. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go because I like to keep my videos at 60 minutes or less if possible. So I appreciate you all. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Also, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. We'll see you again very soon. I'll probably go live tomorrow or sometime before next year. And maybe we'll do a Gardenia glass giveaway for the new year. And maybe we even give out one of these or something like that. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all for tuning in and watching. Let's get this in the kiln real quick. I'm just going to take this off. Oh, I'm going to have to melt that off. Oh, just like that. Cool. And just heat up the punty mark on the bottom. Get that nice and clean. And there you have it. It's not the best. It's not the cleanest, but... And then you've seen me work with some crazy, crazy accidents there. But I was able to fix that as best as I could. Alright, I appreciate you guys watching. I'm Dan the Glass Man. You've been watching The Glass Man's World. Thank you so much, Justice Jane 24, for coming in. I appreciate you tuning in and watching. Merry Christmas to you and to your loved ones. I'm going to drop this in the kiln real quick. Alright, that is hot. Alright, and with that being said, you guys have a very Merry Christmas. Love and blessings. I'm out.